Hello, everybody, and welcome. Checking out a new piece of software, a new piece of third-party software from Parallel 42. So we are looking at their website right now, which is their new product, which is SimFX. It is really good. It brings a new look to the simulator, the Flight Sim 2020, with the contrails, heat blur, and so much more. And we're going to be going over these. But right now, it is only available, as you see right here at the bottom, it is only available on PC directly through the website. I highly recommend, if anyone has a PC, to get it directly from Parallel 42. The 100% of the profit then goes to them and their team that put all the hard work into this. Because once it comes out in marketplace, which is right there, it says pending marketplace for PC, pending flightsim.to for PC, Orbix PC, and Contrail PC. Those third-party selling platforms, I'm sure they take a cut. Obviously, if you're on Xbox, it's also pending on the Microsoft marketplace for Xbox. Obviously, you really don't have a choice but to go through the marketplace once it comes out. But right now, it is only available through their site directly, which I'll have in my description below, the link to the product. It is $25 US, highly reasonable, very, for what software this is, for what type of detail you get. That is inexpensive. That's downright, I call it cheap. But yeah, it's a great piece of software. And so the effects you get though are it changes everything. The contrails, they're fluffier, they're bigger, they're more defined. They're not the Asobo 2D smoke trail or contrails of condensation. This is actually big and fluffy. We'll see that here in a little bit. I'll actually have a video. I'll do some video, or we'll go in the simulator, and we'll do some high fly. I'll show you guys the contrails. The other things, the heat blur. I'll obviously show you the heat blur as well. It's refined. It's definitely a lot better than the Asobo version. Same with the APU heat blur. It's almost identical, but it's better. Engine blast. Something else that was lacking was that if you're on a dirt runway and you're taking off, Asobo did not replicate or put particles up that would show dust, dirt being kicked up by the thrust. This does. Same with the wing wash. You actually have the air coming off the wings that would pick up dirt off a dirt runway. Rotor wash, same thing. There is, though, I will say this, and I've noticed it on the helicopter, is that some of the helicopters are encrypted, so some of these effects may not work. It just depends. I know that I forget what the developer was, but there's the helicopter that is encrypted. It says, even in the window, it says, hey, this is encrypted. This may or may not work right. I know the ATR, one of the aircrafts, the ATR 70, well, actually all the ATRs that came out on the marketplace, those are encrypted and limited on what they can do. All right. So, and friends too. So your friends in the sim, they'll have wash, the actual SimFX, but it requires SU15, which is not out yet. So in time, we will see those, see the stuff as well. And then reverse thrusters is something else that it's been lacking. So if you're landing on a runway and it's a wet runway or even snowy, you throw the reversers on, you will actually get a wash now of the of moisture and off the wet pavement going up in the air. Really cool effect. I love it. Engine pollution, same thing. Any big aircraft, like I know the B-52s, it shows you right here with the big Antonov aircraft, those produce a lot of exhaust fumes. So you will be able to see it, which is really cool. Touchdown smoke for the tires. They will generate better smoke than what the Asobo programmers did, or at least the models did. The 2D smoke, this will be a lot better. Haven't really seen that or experimented with that, but if they're already doing all this stuff, this is going to be so much better anyways. I did do some experimenting with the pontoons off of amphibious planes. This is actually pretty cool. You do create wakes when you land in the water. It's really cool, different, but it's really cool. Wheels on dirt and wheels on rain. You actually will pick up particles off the dirt and off rain or wet surfaces. It's really, I like it. It's just they put a lot of attention to detail into this, and I highly recommend this software. And then you have the fun stuff, the Auroras, Northern Lights. So right now, this is a real-time tracked live Aurora tracker. So it's putting it in the sim real time. Really interesting. You even have a map here that you can go to that will show you where, like right here. This is Antarctica. Right now, as I'm looking at this video, it is strong down here in Antarctica. So it means if we just spawned in this area, there's a chance we will see the Northern Lights right here. Let's see if the North Pole has anything. Really good up here too. It's up across Sweden, Finland, over into Greenland, extreme northern Canada. Yeah, all of that. Must being a very strong electromagnetic storm going on our poles. But anyways, it's just really cool. I will also have a link in the description below to this map. So in case anyone wants to just go directly to it as well. And then another thing, shooting stars. We have shooting stars in here now. And it's based off of seasonally accurate shooting star flying across your sky. So it's seasonal, it's realistic, it's real time, or at least it's attempting to be real time how I'm taking it. But you can set it to render a shooting star every 2 seconds. That's if you want to do it the easy way. If you just leave it the way it is, maybe you'll spot one of these days. So yeah, that's what their website says. But let's jump into the sim, and we can do a few of these. We'll do the contrail, we'll do the heat blur, and then we'll see about getting into a helicopter and see if we can do some of this stuff down here as well. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right, we've moved into the Hype Performance Group Airbus H160 helicopter. We're going to check the washout and everything on the rotor wash and what this thing can do with the land, dirt, and also water. So this is the icon for the Parallel 42's SimFX, and here is the window. So as it even says HPG Airbus H160, it is enabled. Rotor wash, down wash on dirt, it is in effect. I set it to high quality. Since I have a high performance computer, I can take that the amount of particles that we put out there, and we've set it to realistic. You can also set it to extreme, subtle, or realistic. We're going to leave it on realistic. Then you have the down wash for the water spray. So we have set it to it is set to either off or SimFX, which we have it on for, obviously. Overall quality, we have set that to high. There is extreme and there is also realistic. We'll show both of them. And then there's also the downwash on the water. Same thing. You can set the waves to be very large, small, medium, large. I set it to very large, just for fun, high quality. And then when you go to the environment, so you have AI and multiplayer traffic. So I don't know. So if you go back here, you see this is a solid green. This means it's 100% active. I'm not sure what the green, hollow green means. I don't know if it means that it's most of the settings work. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, here it is. They're showing 0 traffic around me. I didn't even see this before. So it is showing you metrics. There's no one around me, so I'm not getting any effect from it. Conditions. Whoops. What is it? Conditions. High level clouds. So yeah, they give you all this information here. Then you have downwash. This right here needs sim update 15 or greater. 15's not out yet, so we're just waiting for 15 to come out, and then this will be active. And then you have your Northern Lights and shooting stars. I will show you guys that later. Hopefully we can find them. If not, I know I can force the Northern Lights. Shooting stars I was trying to force, as you can see right here, every 2 seconds in extreme. I still didn't notice it. There's even 60 per hour, so it's 1 every minute. So they're seasonal, but yeah, we'll leave it like that. But let's go back. Let's go look at the settings. So dynamic quality, you're 33 frames. That's what it's saying. I guess I really don't understand what is dynamic. Oh, that's if the dynamic quality. So if you hit the performance, yeah. So I'm not 100% sure. I've never really messed with any of this. I just leave it alone. But yeah, this is what the initial release is. So yeah, it was Friday it released. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. So we're gonna go take off in the helicopter, and let's see what this thing can do. All right, you get a little bit of collective, a little power. See the dust kicking up? I think that's really cool. All right, a little bit more power. Look at all that dust. I'm intentionally kind of like putting all this to show you guys what this thing can do. You can definitely tell what direction the wind is blowing. Let's go towards the water. Come on. I'm having too much fun with creating dust. Oh! All right, let's go. Come on, stop fooling around. All right, we're not fooling around now. I was having a little too much fun there. Creating all that dust. It's really cool. I love it. Let's go to the water. Lower. We're gonna hover.
Caution, terrain.
No crap. Bring the gears up. Trying to bring her to a hover. And then we can lower the altitude. All right.
Check power.
Woo! And there's your effects. All right, let's bring it down a little bit lower. I want to bring it lower, but it's not letting me. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there's your effects. I think that's really good. You see the waves, you see the wash, the disrupted water around where the blades would be at, where you get the downwash off the blades. Yeah, that's all good. I like it. Changes everything when it comes to doing, like, say, if you're trying to role play a water rescue, it just changes the whole dynamic now. Like I said before, I highly recommend getting your hands on this. But let's go ahead and move over to the 737 and check out that one. So we'll be right back. All right, we moved over to the 737-900ER from PMDG. We're going to be checking out the contrails, and hopefully we'll see some northern lights and maybe a shooting star if we can make that happen. I haven't been able to make it happen yet, but it is supposed to be a rare event where you can see a shooting star. The northern lights, we can force it to happen if it doesn't happen naturally in real time, but we are right now over top of Antarctica. So we're not going to see the northern lights, but we're going to see the southern lights. It's the same thing though. So we're in the region where I'm going to pop it up on the screen. Wrong one. There it is. So this area right here in bright is where it seems to be active. But you may not be able to see it. It all depends, I guess, on what the sim is doing, or I'm not sure what the parameters are on what this is saying. Like this right here is saying, hey, this is where it would be at least a chance. Which I'm assuming that the darker greens is lower chance. It gets higher as the brighter it gets. I'm not sure if this is just still considered a low or medium chance. It doesn't really describe it very well. But let's go ahead and check on the contrail real fast. So this is what the contrail looks like now with the SimFX. Fluffier. And we're going to go into here. We're going to actually change it to high. Length, I'm just going to keep it medium. Spreads medium. Densities medium. So that's what it looks like. I think that looks really, really good. So engine blur also is the same thing. We're going to go in. Oops, wrong one. Didn't mean to open that one. So heat blur, we're going to set that to high. I have a system that can handle it, so I'm not worried. High. And there's your heat blur right there. If I can get the angle right. You can see it right there. That is your new heat blur. I think that looks a lot better than what a Soba had in here. Sobo's was more rudimentary, I guess. I don't know if that's the right wording for it. Probably not. But it wasn't as good as this. This is really good. You would, if you were on the ground with the APU, you would have the same thing back here, but smaller since it's not as big an engine. But yeah, that's what that is. And you can see the heat blur on the fighter jets. You'll be able to see the heat blur facing it forward. But let's go ahead and look at the rest of the menu stuff that you can do with airliners, the bigger planes. So it does tell you that it's a PMDG 737-900ER, and it's enabled. Like I said, green, solid green. It is active. It is running. So all three of these are running. So if you look at here, go to engine contrails, humidity. It gives you even details on the humidity, the temperature. I mean, it's awesome. Conditions required: engines on, high altitude, high humidity, cold temperatures. Well, it is a negative 63 degrees Celsius outside, so that would be pretty cold. Then you have pollution, heat blur. It gives you all kinds of information here about it. Heat blur miscellaneous, which is probably more or less your APU. It even says APU right there. And other generating features on the aircraft. Heat blur may be detected as miscellaneous. Thrust on dirt. So surface volatility. I am wondering if it knows that if it would be a dirt or not. I'm not sure. Thrust on rain, same thing. Oh, surface wetness. If it's a certain percentage of how wet it is how much it'll kick up. Wheels skids. You can leave skid marks on the runway when you touch down. Really cool. They didn't mention that in their selling scheme. I shouldn't say scheme, but in their selling points, but it's still really good. Touchdown smoke, same thing. It's a lot better than where the Sobo has like some 2D smoke. This is actually a plume, it looks like, when you hit. Water landing. I've actually tried it with a plane, with the pontoons. It's really, really good. I really like it. Wheels on dirt, same thing. Surface volatility. And then this is probably going to be the same thing with the surface wetness. It is. And then surface ground effect wash when you take off. So there is, this one is both volatility and wetness. So this is more combined together. And then you go over here and you check your contrails. So it's showing 0 aircrafts in the region or in my area, so it won't show the contrails. Conditions required is high level clouds. So we need high level clouds to be able to get contrails from other users and AI. And like I've said with this one, we need sim update 15 for the rotor downwash. Obviously this plane doesn't have a downwash since it doesn't have rotors. And then you have the right here, not active because it's not dark enough, or it's not active at all. Right now their shooting star is active, but we're not going to see any. They actually have a chart on here. Below is the list showing the typical hourly frequency of shooting stars observed throughout the year. So January is 80 an hour, then it's 5 an hour, 5 an hour, 20 an hour. So it's May right now, so it'd be 50 an hour. And then you have June 10 an hour, July 20 hour. August is 100 per hour. I don't know what's so special about August, but it keeps going. This variability in frequency highlights the Earth's journey through the different debris fields in space, with different months offering a whatever. Apparently I can't talk today. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But let's go ahead and transition over to night and see if we can see some the Aurora. Actually, we'll just do real time. Since we're in Antarctica, they're getting very little sunlight. I'm not seeing it, even though we're in the region that's active. So we're just going to go ahead and activate it manually. We're going to go ahead and activate it manually. Saves a little time rather than just trying to, where is it at? All right, always on and realistic. There you go. Not sure why it keeps dimming like that. I'm trying to see if it shimmers. It is shimmering right here. So if we open it up, I want to see if it gives you frame rates and all that kind of information. It does. Aurora is at 100%. There's extreme, there's subtle, realistic, real time, and then it drops to 0. Yeah, I really like the sense of using the Aurora in the sim. Changes the aspect, gives you another layer of fun things to do. Try to find the Aurora without using the always on feature. Let's see if we can see from the cockpit. Yeah, that's really cool. You can see this motion. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. Let's go and try to see if we can find the a shooting star. I've tried it. I've still yet to find one. All right, real time. Oh, I thought it was green for a second. Saying, ooh, it's real. It's there. But no. All right, so it's seasonal. So let's go ahead and change it to 1/10 an hour. 1 per hour, 5 per hour, 10 per hour, 60 per hour. Every 2 seconds. And let's make it real. There's realistic, obvious, and extreme. Let's do that one. So I'm gonna look out this window in front of us for a few minutes and see if we can see one shooting across. If we don't see one within a few seconds, then we'll probably go outside and just look around a little bit and see if we can find one. Supposed to be one every 2 seconds, so I may have YouTuber eyes though, so if anyone sees it, let me know in the chat below. Hard to actually tell, especially with a one-dimensional like sky dome. Someone needs to come out with a better sky, because this is really, I don't really like it. I feel like we could have a better quality somehow, not sure how. We're gonna do one rotation if we don't see a star, and it's apparently a lot harder than we expected. Yep, I don't see one. And there's supposed to be one every 2 seconds. Wait, I think I just saw one. I thought I saw one coming from right above it. All right, through here. There it is. Found it. Directly above us. That was pretty cool. That is pretty cool. It's definitely obvious or extreme. Let's go ahead and turn that back down to seasonal and realistic. We did see it though. We did get to see some shooting stars in this episode, or in this review, showcase, wherever you want to call it. But it was awesome. It was a good time. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Like I said before, I highly recommend it, and go grab it. And I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you can, hit that like button if you did like it. Also, hit that subscribe button. Helps me out, helps the channel out. We're doing really good. We're at 2,600 nearly. And, well, we're trying to beat that YouTube algorithm and see if we have a breakout. I hope everyone enjoys their day. Have a good one.